Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how to get a brow to go from that to that, a perfectly sculpted brow. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with is two different concealers, one that's a little bit lighter than my complexion and one that is my actual skin tone color. This one is the NW45 Studio Finish Concealer by MAC, and this is NW40. I'm also going to be using the MAC Brow Crayon in Spiked and a good old brow brush. First thing I'm going to do is, even though I have really thin brows, I brush them out. I want all the brush hairs to go in one direction. So this step will vary on how you want your brows to look. And I'm just going to start filling them in. I usually start right where the inner corner of the brow, and I use very soft brush strokes and also pretty small ones, and I just connect them all together and start filling it in, and then I draw the arch at the end. So basically you saw me just draw one line. I kind of use that line as my guideline, my base, my stencil. I'm just working, I'm shaping the brow along that one line. And then after I do the bottom line, I actually fill in the top. Again, very small brush strokes. And then I fill in the tail end. And then I start to very softly fill in between. And when I get to the head of the brow, I use even softer brush strokes. Instead of just having like one monotone, unnatural looking brow, it's going to get softer at the head of the brow. So I'm just barely touching my brow. Very soft. So you can either leave the brow as is, which looks pretty nice, you know, it's a little bit more natural, everyday wearable, or if you want it to be really, really perfect sculpted, which is the brow that I love. I then take my brow brush, and right at the head, I start to, in the opposite direction, I brush those brows out. And that's basically going to soften up any of those harsh lines, and you're going to get like that faded look. So I'm going in the opposite direction, almost kind of pulling the color out, and then I'm going to brush the rest of the brow and brush out any harsh lines. And this is all done very softly, so you don't want to be too heavy-handed. A lot of people have trouble with pencil, and it's probably because you're just applying it too heavy. If you need to fill in a teeny bit more, I'm pretty much done with that. I'm then going to use a MAC 249 brush. You're basically going to want something that's really, really thin and synthetic, something that's really stiff and is going to let you really move around that brow freely. I'm going to take the NW40 concealer by MAC, and I use something that's lighter so that it looks like a really good brow bone highlight. So I've got quite a bit of product on that brush, and you want it to be really, really flat. So if you need to, you can actually flip the brush up and down. And then underneath, I'm going to start to clean up all those sparse brow hairs that you might have and trace around that pencil, so I get a nice sculpted brow look. And then I will drag and blend it downwards. So now I've got a nice brow bone highlight down there. Then I took the NW45 concealer, and this step is optional. I like to do this when I really want to sculpt the brow, but along the top, I'm going to very carefully line it with concealer. Very little. And then blend that concealer into the forehead and into the temples. So that you just don't have one big glob of concealer in one spot. The concealer is a great step to, you know, kind of clean up that area, kind of give the effect of a perfect sculpted brow. And it also saves you a couple days on plucking when you have a few sparse hairs underneath. So this is a great method for people like me that already have thinner brows. If you have fuller brows, definitely take advantage of that. But I love this sculpted brow look. And then if you need to, brush through again and do some more cleaning with a little bit of that concealer on that brush. You don't even have to add any more. But after you have finished with your concealer and pencil, that should be your final look. Very simple. Very, very simple. Thank you for watching.